Good afternoon. Part of our guys were finding a way to get the victory, and there was some adversity, some setbacks, before the game even, but during the game, absolutely. But I got to give Sacred Heart a ton of credit. I thought they played with a great energy and mindset and spirit about them. That's a team that's picked to win the Northeast Conference, and they played with a great intensity and effort. Some of these non-conference games, it's difficult to, for the players to continue to get up and for it. But I thought we did a good job of that for the most part in the non-league, respecting our opponent and playing to our standard. We didn't do that in the first half. We didn't do that for spells in the second half, but we found a way to get victory.
Questions for the student athletes?
Bryce, in a game like this, when you go in shorthanded, what's the fine line for someone like you wanting to take even more of a greater role, but also understand that players like Rich can also step to the forefront as well?
For sure. I think it's just when they get in the game, just giving them confidence, tell them to be aggressive, look for their shots, because we need them. Basically just keeping the game simple and, instilling in them confidence, that we want them and we need them to, contribute to the games. And that's why we're, looking for them when they got in the game. And, Rich had a great game tonight and, he was hitting open shots, so he did good.
You're both Chicago kids. How nice is it to see him have this moment like he did today?
It was great. When I was in high school, Rich actually shadowed me a couple of times at my high school, Fenwick, and he was actually going to come there and play with me. But he ended up going to another Catholic league school, St. Ignatius, where we played against him. So, just growing up and, having them in my past and, growing up together, it was nice to see him go out there and, have a great game tonight.
Bryce, how much of a challenge to fight through, like Coach said, the offensive problems in the first half?
I don't think it was any, challenge. I think we just had to settle in. We were kind of frantic at the beginning. Once we settled in and, got to doing what we needed to do, I think we just settled in nicely and, played our game.
Rich, when you come into the game, how much do you want to put your stamp on things every time you come in?
I'm just trying to get comfortable and create for my teammates. And if a shot comes to me, then I'll shoot it. But honestly, I'm focused on defense when I come in and making an impact on the other end of the floor.
Could you have seen yourself as a three-point shooter here in your freshman year?
Excuse me?
Could you have seen yourself kind of filling the role of making some three-point shots here in your freshman year?
Oh, yes. We shoot tons of shots every day. And seeing the ball go through definitely helps to keep shooting them.
Rich being obviously shorthanded a bit today, did you sense there was a little bit more of an opportunity for you to maybe make your mark on this game? Like you said, you pride yourself in coming in playing defense, but on the offensive end as well?
Opportunities are going to come for me on the offensive end with the aggressiveness from guys like Hop and JP, Garway. So when the ball gets to me, if I'm open, shoot it. That's what we work on.
But did it get to a point during the game where you just wanted to shoot it more because you weren't missing much?
Nah. Open shots come, shoot them.
But does that help the mindset? You don't want to force the issue. You just want to keep getting things. Why is it easier to shoot in rhythm like that?
Excuse me?
Why is it easier to shoot in rhythm like that?
Those are just the shots we work on in practice every day. Those are the ones we're most comfortable with. So we like to see a high percentage of those shots go in.
As you've gotten more opportunity during non-conference play, how do you feel like you've sort of settled into playing college hoops, and you feel like it's sort of really prepared you to have a big role for conference play?
Yeah, I think I've settled in well, honestly. Just getting more into it on the defensive end and staying into it will grow my opportunity a little bit more, I think.
Bryce, your aggressiveness was on display. Even though they sent like 2-3 guys in the paint, but you still managed to draw 7 fouls, had 6 offensive rebounds. What was that mindset tonight?
Like you just said, it was just being aggressive and taking what the game was giving to me. I felt, like you said, when I was driving, they were collapsing a little bit. So, I feel like I did a good job playing patient today, not forcing anything, playing off 2 feet, which is what we pride ourselves in. I just felt like I was taking what the game was giving to me.
Bryce, I think they were shooting like 53% with like 11 minutes to go still in the game. It looked like when you went to a small lineup, that's when you were able to kind of make that run. Just, how key is it to know that, you guys can go small and maybe, turn the game defensively a little bit like you guys did?
I think that's a big thing for us, but I feel like anybody on our team can guard. We practice on it every day. We play one-on-one. So, a term we use is guard your yard. So, I feel like anybody on our team can really hold their own on defense, and it's just a matter of us, having the mindset to stop the guy in front of us.
Bryce, do you feel you have to put more on your shoulders in a game like this when Devin's not here, when Corey's not here, where is that a game where you want to do more?
No, sir. I feel like it's just taking what the game is given to me. I'm going to be aggressive when I need to, just look for my guys when they're open and, just play the game the right way. I'm not trying to force anything. Just play the game the right way.
But how do you develop that mindset? Because it feels like a lot of times players say, okay, I got to step up bigger here. Like, how do you get that mindset to understand, okay, we just got to let the game happen?
I feel like I'm good at getting to my spots, and I feel like my teammates do a good job of getting me the ball in my spots. And I feel like it's just a matter of I don't really know. I just feel like I know when to be aggressive at times. Yeah.
Being over-aggressive, can that be harmful?
It can. I feel like you can be too aggressive and, maybe turn the ball over by doing too much. So I feel like you just have to stay patient. That's why I said we're playing off 2 feet, because when you play off 2 feet, you're not jumping up in the air and, just making a bad pass and, to the outside. So, yeah.
At any point today, did you think Rich was going to miss?
No, I didn't. His shot looked very effortless tonight. He was shooting with a lot of confidence. So, it looked good every time he shot the ball.
Bryce, you've been through the Big East Gauntlet once. You ready for it?
Yes, sir. I can't wait. I've been looking forward to it, this whole season that we've been playing in these non-conference games, and, it's finally here. The Big East Conference is great this year, every game that we're going to be playing, and, we just can't wait for it.
Thank you, Bill.
Kim, I know you've seen Rich shoot the ball well in practice, but doing it in the games is important. He's shown that he's been able to do it pretty much from the get-go here. Not a surprise for you, but that's really important for this team.
No, that's what he does. He's a really good shooter. I don't think much is different, personally, from the game in practice. It's the same thing. It should be. When you practice at a high level, the game is just what you do every day. If you put more stock in games than you do in practice, then your career is going to be like this. The best players live at that level every day, and they have the most success. So I wasn't shocked at all today. He took great shots, with the exception of one we talked about. But again, it was a teachable moment. This game, you look at it going into this game. No Corey, no Devin. It wasn't going to be as clean of a game as it should have been or it could have been if we were at full strength. But again, no one cares. No one cares. No one's going to feel sorry for us. But it did present an incredible opportunity for some young guys, for Richard, for Donovan even, to get some opportunities. Eli, I wanted there to be some struggle and see how we handled adversity. I think it's exciting for us to get this on film and get to watch it with some of our young guys.
So you learned a lot as well, I would imagine.
I learned what we need to continue to work on with our young guys, and our team overall. The discipline that we put on display on both sides of the ball every night. Why we aren't more times, why we are still making mistakes that we know we shouldn't. But again, it's not taught until it's learned. So we have to continue to teach.
Did Garway and Jaden at the ultimately end of the game can check all the boxes that maybe you thought going in between the assists and?
No, they did not check all the boxes. They didn't. They can improve, and they will improve. And they're young, a freshman and a sophomore. A freshman that didn't play, a sophomore that didn't play a lot last season, and a freshman. So they're learning. We had an 11-game slate where they had a ton of opportunities, get a lot of different looks. And, I'm excited to get in the film room tomorrow with them and watch it and learn from this game, and then introduce Marquette to our excuse me, and then introduce Marquette to our group.
Kim, do you feel like sometimes you need to slow those guys down a little bit? Maybe they try to do a little too much?
Yeah, I think you can play fast and solid. Your body can be moving fast, but your brain needs to move slow to make the right decisions. They're reads and decisions that they're going to have to make for the rest of their careers. And at the level we play, you don't have the luxury to do it slow. You have to do it at pace and tempo and still execute. You know, it's a time to play slower, but, you know, I don't think they're playing too fast. I just think we have to keep working with them, giving them good reads and looks in practice so they can make better decisions more consistently in games.
Were Corey and Devin close to going today?
You know, I don't know. Devin, you know, maybe could have played, but it was more precautionary with him. He wasn't feeling great. Corey had an injury yesterday in practice. Everything's clean, negative images. So obviously there's some swelling there with him, but he's going to get healthy over the next 72 hours or so.
You feel good about them for Tuesday?
I don't know. We'll get evaluated. It's too soon to tell. I'll know more in the next 24 hours.
What was your biggest concern heading into this game?
What was my biggest concern? Well, before practice yesterday, it was the fact that they're 15th in the nation and steal percentage. Sacred Heart is, and we turned that thing over. After practice, that the fact they were 15 in the nation and steal percentage, and we were going to be down Corey, Floyd, and Devin Carter. So it presented some challenges, but I think adversity is a good thing. And I think our guys responded really well in the second half. Offense was much better, 64% from the field, 60.34 effective, 1.08 points per possession.
But was that a need? I mean, obviously you needed to win, but just to get some momentum going into Big East, you needed a second half like that.
I mean, I'm not a big believer in momentum game to game. I think every game is different. Every game presents different challenges. We needed to win. And there was an opportunity for our young guys to get some good live reps. You know, so yeah, I think every game is different. You know, I don't think the Marquette game has anything to do with this game. I don't think the Brown game has anything to do with you know what I mean.
Are you nervous for Big East play?
No.
What is the feeling going into league play?
I'm excited. I'm excited to get in the gym tomorrow and get to work, get to watch Marquette more in depth. Obviously, Big East Player of the Year, Big East champions twice, a National Coach of the Year, great program. Shaka's done an incredible job there. I'm excited to really dive in and get to learn them tonight.
Kim, you've crossed paths a little bit with Tyler Kolek, just initially.
Yeah, I'm proudly his coach for 2 weeks. I proudly coached Tyler Kolek for 2 weeks in the spring at George Mason, and but no, really happy for all his success, yeah, he's a great player.
Kim, did anything change defensively, you think? I think, like I asked the guys, they were still shooting 53%, 11 minutes to go. Was it more about locking in at that point?
Yeah, we weren't executing. They weren't scoring on our terms. They were scoring because of mistakes. Yeah, they made some really tough shots, you know, against our drop coverage. We started switching to try to make them score over us, and we just weren't guarding the ball one-on-one. Reaching for fouls, going for shot fakes, giving up offensive rebounds, over-helping and post defense. And we just had to get back to executing at our standards.
You've been vocal about wanting Friday Nation to come out. The bridge is flowing, traffic's flowing. What do you want to see from them Tuesday night?
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I thought the crowd today was great. I made that comment to our coaches to start the game. Super thankful to all Friar fans who make the effort to get out and watch us. It's really easy to just sit on your couch and watch the game on TV. And I'm very optimistic on what the atmosphere is going to be like on Tuesday. You know, they opened up another lane on 195, and I'm excited to walk out there before the game on Tuesday and see just how packed it is.
Do you like the 8:30 tip?
I like whatever we got. You know, I don't have much. If I didn't, you know, it didn't matter. So I like it. If it was 8, 6, 8:30, it doesn't matter. You know, we're going to be there and ready to play.
Any more questions?
Thank you, guys.